Welcome to RHCSA Guru. In this lab, you'll learn how to use access control lists, ACLs, to manage file permissions in a more flexible way. ACLs allow you to set different access rights for individual users and groups, providing better control and security over files and directories. Let's get started. First, open the terminal. Click the menu icon, go to Terminal, and then click New Terminal. Create a new user named Student using the user add command, and then set the password to student123 using the password command. Now create a file named file1.txt in the /home directory and add some content to it so all users can read it. Use the echo "this is file1 /home/file1.txt command. To check the permissions of file1.txt, use the ls/l command. To allow the student user to read file1.txt, use the setfacl command with the m option to modify the ACL. To verify the ACL settings on file1.txt, use the getfacl command. Getfacl /home/file1.txt. Press Enter. You'll see that the user student has read R permission listed under the user section. Click the plus button to open a new terminal tab. Then log in as the student user with the su student command. Now, check if the student user can read the file by opening it with the VI editor. Use the command vi/home/file1.txt. As the student user, you only have read permission on the file. If you try to enter insert mode and add content in 6, a warning appears. When you attempt to save using WQ, you'll see an error like E212, can't open file for writing. This confirms the write permission is not allowed for the student user. Now, switch back to the previous terminal where you're logged in as the root user. Give the student user both read and write permissions on the file using the setfacl command. Use the command setfacl mu student rw/home/file1.txt. To verify the permissions, use the getfacl command. This will show the access control list for the file. Run the getfacl /home/file1.txt command. Now go back to the terminal where you're logged in as the student user. Try to open the file again with the VI editor. vi/home/file1.txt. Since you've granted read and write permissions, you should now be able to enter insert mode and make changes to the file. To verify the access on the file, use the following command: ls/l/home/file1.txt. You'll notice that at the end of the file's permissions, there's a plus sign. This indicates that the file has ACLs, access control lists, configured. To remove the ACL from the file, use the setfacl xu student/home/file1.txt command. The -x option is used to remove the ACL. To give permission to a group, first, you need to create the group and add the user to it. You can do this using the group_add class and end-user mod G class student commands. This will create a group name class and add the user student to this group. Once that's done, you can proceed to set permissions for the group on the file. Now, let's create another file named file2.txt in the home directory with some content. Use the following command. Echo this is file2 /home/file2.txt. Now let's give read and write permissions to the class group on file2.txt. Use the following command. Setfacl mg class rw/home/file2.txt. This command will grant the class group read and write permissions on the file. To verify the permissions, use the getfacl command. This will show the access control list for the file, and you should see that the class group has read and write permissions. To remove all ACL entries from the file, use the B option with the setfacl command. This will clear any custom access control list set on the file. To verify that the ACL entries have been removed, use the getfacl command. This will show the current file permissions, and you should no longer see any ACL entries. Now, let's create a directory named dir in the home directory. Use the command mkdir/home/dir. Let's set a default ACL on the newly created directory dir. We'll give the student read and write permissions by default. To do this, use the D option with the setfacl command. Next, let's verify the default ACL on the directory. Run the getfacl/home/dir command to see the permissions. To verify that ACLs have been applied to the directory dir, use the ls command. Look for the plus symbol at the end of the permissions, which indicates that ACLs are active. Now, let's create a file named file3.txt inside the dir directory. You can do this using the echo command. To check the access control list, ACL, on the file3.txt that we just created, use the getfacl/home/dir/file3.txt command. In the output, you will see that under the user section, the student user has both read and write permissions. This is due to the default ACLs that we set on the dir directory. At the end, mark the lab as complete.